Hello and welcome to our garden in Qualicum Beach, beautiful British Columbia. My name is Sharon. I'm the other half behind Roy Hancliff Photography, wife, manager, photographic assistant, pack mule, sandwich maker and soother of troubled artist's brow. Firstly, many thanks to everybody that has supported what Roy's been doing in his latest ventures with his video work. The response has been overwhelming. We've had many inquiries as to how we built our water feature, so today we thought we would try and explain what we did. We needed to create a natural setting for the type of photography that Roy does, and so that's why we decided to build it ourselves using flat stones. So from the ground up, and we'll reassemble it later, we have here a 30 by 30 inch polyethylene industrial strength aqua basin pond base. It's reinforced to support all the stones that will be going on later and will hold up to 350 pounds. We bought ours from a local garden pond supplier because we wanted to support a local business, but you can buy them online. The name is Aqua Basin. They hold 40 gallons of water, 350 pounds in weight. And what we did was we put the pond pump in the bottom. It needs to have at least enough height to pump it up 3 feet in our case, and we chose to space our stones because we needed to create as much height as we could, and as we were limited with weight we couldn't just stack more stones on top. Not only would it run the risk of toppling over, the pond might not have supported the weight. So the pond pump goes in the bottom, the tube comes up through the middle, and the stones are placed one on top of another, and we used 4-inch ABS pipe that we stuck on with waterproof constructive adhesive, and we also put a metal gauze on top so that no stones or frogs or other critters could fall through. We then chose to put decorative stones around to just make it look a bit more appealing. Initially we did actually bury it in the ground, which is what they do on the online videos of the company that sells these. It looks fabulous, however for us two reasons why it didn't work. One, if we had heavy rain it would just absolutely flood the base with horrible grotty water and it was an absolute nightmare to clean out. With this type of thing they're easy to dismantle and you can use a shop vac to suck out all the dirty water and from time to time give it a pressure wash off. The water has to be kept scrupulously clean. For hummingbirds and all the other birds in our garden, their health is paramount in the Hancliff household. So in a minute we'll be putting all this back together so you can see it fully constructed. The pressure is on because already a female hummingbird is wondering what's happening to her water feature. So here we actually have our top stone, which is the one that you will have seen with the water flowing over the edge. Hummingbirds like to have shallow water, not too fast flowing, and they do like to be able to stop and perch to have a proper bath. If it's too deep they can't settle and they just waste valuable energy whizzing around all over the place trying to have a bath. So what we did here was we took a deep breath, or rather Roy did, and with a 3/4 inch masonry bit and a hammer drill he drilled a hole in the top, as you will see here, 3/4 inch hole which the tube comes up through. On the back this is where the ABS gets stuck. Doesn't look particularly attractive but it works. You don't have to stick them, it just makes it easier to take them apart and give it a good clean. Now bear with us as we start to put the thing back together. So here we have our base stone. This is actually our heaviest, thickest piece, and as you can see we've got 4 pieces on this to help spread the load. The base itself actually has towers in there, plastic towers that will support any weight that you put on top. As you can see our base stone is in place and the tube is already coming up through the centre. We will now start to put the other stones on top. So as you can see we now have all 7 of our stones in place. Just to remind you, when you're adding your black tube that attaches to the pump, give yourself plenty because it can always sit in the bottom, but it gives you the flexibility to be able to put more stones on at a later date or reduce the height. Most garden centres carry these sorts of stones, pond places do, or if you have access to a quarry. But it does give you the flexibility to be able to change your stones around, change up the pattern, although hummingbirds do get their favourite spots for having a bath. And in Roy's case, as I said before, it does give him the ability to create natural looking images, which is what our business is all about. And there you have it, a Hancliff original. So we've put some shells in the bottom because they actually create areas where bees can come and have a drink without running the risk of drowning. And as you can see, we've got polished stones that we bought from our pond place as well to cover the base so that you don't see the plastic. And as you can see also, we've surrounded it with yellow cedar posts, and this covers the base as we no longer have it sunk in the ground. We have seen similar things where they've put a big urn on top and the water comes up through the middle, but as I said before, we needed to create a place for Roy to go to work. So we hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, then please let us know. You can email us at info@royhancliff.com or follow us on Facebook at royhancliff.com. This video will probably be uploaded to YouTube because of the length of it. Don't forget to like our page. Please help share what we do. And goodbye from beautiful British Columbia.